This first aisle that you'll walk down, it's a little overcrowded right now, but you'll see there's kind of, was set up a few years ago, almost with these IKEA-esque little vignettes. And that was really just to showcase the amount and breadth of stuff that we have in this apartment. Because if you're your first time visiting us here, you may not realize that as you go up to the second floor, you find the high-end furniture. You go to the third floor, you're going to find the props, or hand props, I should say, the small things, like silverware, plates, lamps, radios. And then fourth floor, there's a two wardrobe. So I say it was your first time working in here, renting out from us, it is because it's open to the entire industry. You don't have to be making Universal Films rent from us. In fact, all the studios work a little bit closer together than you might really expect. Now, as you can tell, it's a lot of stuff. So the way we keep track of everything, and you might see it if you're looking at the backside of something or something's turned over, everything hypothetically should have a little barcode sticker on it somewhere. And then you take it to the front desk, you can scan it out, same way that you rent out a library book, for example. Now here's the reason we do this. Like I said, as you get deeper in the department, you're going to just see a lot of like office furniture. We might say, well, it seems like it'd just be easier to just go up to Office Depot and buy those chairs. Think of it this way. You're making a movie, got one scene set in the office, 25 chairs you need or whatever, and you go out and buy them, great. But now you bought them at their full cost. You've used them for that 2-minute scene, and now you have nothing to do with them. So why not instead rent it from us? So that's what you can do. You rent for 20% of the estimated value of the item per week. It's the general rule. So you can save a lot here. You may have those old tag on things. These are how productions come in and reserve the item for a future date, usually a couple of weeks out in advance. There's 2 reasons for that. One is they put the production name and everything so they know it's reserved for you, and they also have the information you get from the desk to say, hey, if my production needs it like a week before they do, you can give them a call and get permission from the production already did it. Because you will find signs around here that say this. The one way that you can get yourself certainly barred and never allowed to rent from us again, get caught removing or replacing a hold tag. And they do enforce that. Like I said, down here just kind of gets into generic furniture. But my favorite problem is this.
Can you stop it, Dad?
It's so pretty. Antique. So that's this one. Gorge.
This is my favorite. The old Gothic organ sitting down here. This was Grandpa Munster's in the Munsters. So it's got a lot of history to it. And I like it as also an example that, while that is a piece of history from classic television, this is not a museum to props. It is still rented out all the time. It was just on an episode of Quantum Leap a couple of months back. It was used on an episode of Key and Peele. It was used on an episode of Glee, CSI Cyber. So even though it's got a cool history, it's still useful for us. I'll put in a few more fun ones down here.
Table section.
So when you get down here, a few that I like to point out, the crucifix that is right there. That was originally built for the movie Dogma. It is featured in the opening shot of a film that I thought was very underrated, Hail Caesar. If anyone's a fan of television,